Monday, April 27th, 2020. I'm Dave Jenkinson. Until I get on stage again, these are the Dave Diaries. All right, we're doing episode 28 today. I want to talk about skydiving. I went skydiving in Australia a few years ago, and it was fucking insane. First off, I did everything wrong. First wrong thing, I wore a tank top. Big mistake. I wore a tank top because it was spring in Australia. Everywhere I went, it was 90 degrees. What I didn't know is that when somewhere you go is 14,000 feet up, temperature's a little different. It's about minus 40 the whole time. So I spent the entire fall shaking like a leaf because I had no idea the stratosphere is Siberia, and I'm dressed for a stupid fucking tailgate. Also, not to mention, radiation doesn't care how cold you are. I wasn't covered, so while I was experiencing the coldest cold of my life, I also got sunburn. Second, before skydiving, they tell you that you're not supposed to eat, which I learned after I inhaled a bacon, egg, and cheese, a chocolate muffin, and a Nesquik. We didn't listen to a word the instructor said. We did so many things wrong up to this point, I'm surprised that when we parked on the way there, we didn't leave the car and drive, or get back to our hostel and find out the stove was on the whole time. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, as for the fall, it was actually pretty cool. So free falling feels just like being on the highway with the top down. It's really just a lot of wind and noise. But eventually the guy has to pull the chute, and I thought we were told not to eat before the jump because some people get motion sickness, and that is a problem. The reason they tell you not to eat is because when the chute gets pulled, in about 1 second, you go from 200 miles an hour to 20. Feels like you got T-boned by a bus, and it did. I got hit in the stomach by the straps so hard, I almost puked immediately. And then after, as we're going down, I still feel like I got to puke. So I tap the guy I'm strapped to. I tell him I'm about to puke. He gets a bag. He's dealt with this 1,000 times before. And then all I can think of at that point is, how many people in this town walk out of their house just to get fucking puked on? We weren't in the desert. We were above a bustling city. It was Sunday morning. Someone's walking out of church with a blazer and a bow tie, and they get airstriked by some shithead in the sky. Jesus fucking Christ. How is that legal? Anyway, I don't puke because the guy I'm strapped to at the last second realizes that he just needs to loosen some truss on me, and then that relieves all the pressure in my stomach. So I instantly feel better. And then I instantly feel worse because, hey guy I'm strapped to, maybe don't loosen the only thing keeping me tethered to you while we're 2,000 feet in the fucking sky. Jesus Christ, if you were on a roller coaster, would you let the guy next to you adjust your harness while you're upside down? No. Lastly, as we're getting close to the drop zone, he taps me to look up. I look up, and he just hands me the controls and puts his hands on his side or something. Dude's letting the baby drive the truck. Are you kidding me? If I sneeze with these things in my hand, we're going to helicopter the whole way down, and then we're both going to puke. Anyway, we land safely. Everything's fine. And when I tell people I went skydiving, they always ask me if it was to get over my fear of skydiving, my fear of heights, something like that. And the truth is, it sounds like a brag, but I wasn't afraid of skydiving before I went. I wasn't even really afraid while I was doing it. I am very afraid of it now that I've seen how it works. I'm definitely afraid of skydiving. Never doing that shit again. I'm afraid of heights in general, all right? I'm afraid to jump on a fucking trampoline. I'm terrified.